Hello my lovelies, Rob here from Kickbackgarage. It's really nice to be back, I have to say, and I'm back with a vengeance. Roll the intro, grab a coffee, roll the intro, one or the other, go for it.
Messing around with these cameras, batteries going flat.
Markerte det med regn. Alle sprang I lag og ville komme under tak. Ingen av oss merket at du hadde fart I frak. Hvorfor valgte du å dra? Hvem I faen kunne se den komme? Da høsten tok over, sa vi ja, det bra til la oss sommer.
Yes, my lovelies. Well, I haven't actually done anything in the garage all summer, and the reason for that is I wanted to get this finished. I have ridden around on my Gold Star, as the people who follow me on Facebook. Do you do that? No? Go and do that. Press like, press follow. So I've done quite a few miles on this, but I've been having issues with the engine. I could not adjust the valve clearance correctly, and I had problems with the rocker arrangement here. So I bought new what are they called? Rocker rods, like concentric rods on the top there at least. Anyway, I got hold of a pair from Autocycle in the UK, very helpful chaps, and I started putting it together and I still couldn't sort it out. And what I found out was one of my push rods that pushes the valves is shagged. So I've just ordered some new ones of those, because what I'm hoping to do, now that my tank has come, 7 months wait for that tank from Holtworks, but this is the third tank I've had off them. Quite expensive, quite pricey, but fantastic, really nice quality. I got this one done in sort of a sanded finish, just to match the rest of the bike, sort of an oily rag sort of restoration thing. I had a massive problem with my fuel tank, so when I was out riding with the boys, we had a couple of trips. We've been to some rallies, Lucas Rally, and the old tank has had some tank liner or tank sealer put in there, and it has been started flaking off, finding its way through the fuel system in the carb. So it's been really grumpy. I've sort of had to stop every now and again and empty out the crap out of my carb. So I'm really pleased to say that this is in place now. The push rods should come within the next week or so, and I want to get this built up and I want to take it for a ride, go for a test ride and tell you what I think about this. I'm actually really in love with it. It's a fun machine, although it's not been easy to live with at the moment, but hopefully we'll fix those issues. Next on the agenda, we have to turn around and have a look over there. Turn around, that way, yeah. The next thing you have to sort out is this puppy here. This is, I think it's a bit of a theme at the moment in Kickbackgarage. This arrived last week. It's an original TV175 engine. You can see it's got a BGM clubman for the keen eye there. This was running, but they had problems with the piston skirt cracked or something like that. I think there was gudgeon ring that left the house. And the problem with that is the owner, he sourced a 175 barrel thinking all barrels were alike. They are sort of. What I think is got some running issues here. I'm going to strip it. I am trying to convince the owner to change the crankshaft. It's currently got the original crankshaft, but I really have to strip it, and I have a bit of a diagnosis on this one. I can see that this is scratching on the inside of the case there, so there's something going on with the lay shaft, the kick shaft. So I'm going to go through this thoroughly. What I think has happened is because TV 175s, they have a 116 rod, and you need to have a piston that suits that rod with the off-center gudgeon pin. I don't think that's happened here. What I think is he's just fit a standard 175 barrel, like a SR or something like that, and use that piston there, and that they won't be able to work together very well. So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like when we pluck it to bits, and that's gonna come in a future video. But the most important thing that's happening today is this. Ta-da! Finally! This has been another 7 months wait. We sent this off in March to get painted. This is, incidentally, the TB 175, which I stripped in the video. I'll throw it up in the corner there. You can have a look at that if you want. And yeah, it's been a nightmare. What I think the owner did was like sort of showed a photograph to the to the painter. I've got this little scooter. Can you paint it for me? And yeah, sure, mate. That's no problem. How long do you think you're gonna use on that? Easy peasy, couple of panels. You know the story. So what's happened is he's turned up with like 3 pallets of parts, and the painter has chucked all his toys out the pram and used ages to paint it. But I have to say, he's done a really good job. He hasn't like waited a long time and then just wanted to get it done and done a bad job. He's done a fantastic job. Probably one of the smoothest looking paint jobs. Now I haven't opened the rest of the parts, so we're going to have to look at those as well. The only issue here is I showed the owner the video of how to prep your frame by masking up the area for your shock and masking up the area for the frame cones. The frame cones, incidentally, are still in there, so that's actually quite a nice bonus. I have to knock them out, and that'll save me trying to rub paint away from there. And the brake post for the front brake here, that has not been masked either, so I'm gonna have to do the same as I did with the TV175 to John and get my sandpaper out, and that means it's gonna take a long time, but not really a problem, because we are now in, what are we, in October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. I mean, April 5, 4, gives me about 4 months to do this, so I can just tinker around in the garage when I feel like it, which is pretty cool. But knowing me, I'll probably get it built quicker than that. There's one drip there, by the way. Oh, but yeah, I'll have to sort that out. But it's looking really nice, and they've gone completely overkill here. What I can see, he's just told them, instructed them that it's got to be just as nice on the inside as it is on the outside, and it definitely is. They've actually even clear coated the inside and sanded it down, so it's really smooth than that on the inside. So in the long run, it's going to be quite easy to clean. But what we have to do is take the parts out, because what he's done to transport it here is wrap the parts in bubble wrap, and new paint in bubble wrap not good, because these do take normally a couple of months to cure properly for all the gas to come out of them. So we really have to get them out of the bubble wrap and lay them out. And I really want to have a look at these parts, and I'm really interested to see if there's anything else he's forgot to mask. Looking at this, which these are bleeding obvious, probably not masked a single thing. Okay, let's have a look. So first off, out of the bubble wrap is his secondary colour. As you can see, the primary colour, it's not far off mine. It's like a cream white. That's an Audi cream white. But he wanted to go with an original Innocenti colour. I'm not sure how good my light is picking that up. But this is the original apple green. What's it called? Verdi. And yeah, it's looking very nice. I actually can see some bubble wrap marks on there. Oh dear. I'm actually, oh shit, there's got, okay, I can rub it off, Okay, that's good. So what I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to get a cloth and be really careful and try and rub off these bubble wrap marks that have come on the paint here. But as you can see, they've done the same job. That is beautifully done on the inside. That's like better than the outside of my panel, and that's the inside of the mudguard. So personally, I'm not quite sure. I like the colour. I love this colour. It's one of my favourite colours, but sort of on a Vega. And I think it's quite nice if you match it with something else on the Series 3. I obviously love the original apple green Lambretta Series 3s. They're really nice. And this has had a bit of a deformation there. You can see it's turned really white. So I'm going to have to press this in. So what I'm going to do with all this stuff, I'm going to take it up in the top of the garage. I've got the heater on up there, and I'm going to let that simmer for a week or two before I start messing around with it. It's just so the paint cures properly. Now let me put this away, and we'll start packing out the other stuff. So that's the fork out. That all looks good, very good. They've actually masked the tube here, which is good. The threads are masked. That saves me a terrible job. looks really nice, I have to say. The painter has been really careful. There's lots of nooks and crannies on lambrettas and Vespas too, and the curves that make it really, really hard to paint. And this guy's never painted a scooter before, so, and probably will never want to paint a scooter again. But that looks good, so let's crack on. I imagine this is the inner mudguard. Pretty hard. Actually, I have to say the paint's okay. It's not taking any bashing from this bubble wrap. Just I have to be really careful with my with my scissors. It wouldn't be a shame if I prod a hole in the bubble wrap, and let me put those away. Prod a hole in the bubble wrap and scratch the paint. Let's have a look what this looks like. Yep, it's here in a mudguard. Same lishness. 2 extra holes here. I'm not sure what they were for. Why didn't I pick those up when? No, they're the original holes. What am I talking about? There's little rubber stops that fit on the fork there. It looks really, really nice. It's almost a shame to hide this stuff away. So let's do a bit more. Now we don't have to guess what this is. This must be the panel. Now the interesting thing here is I have to do a bit of panel beating on this, and I have to weld some extra holes that were in here. I'm really interested to see. Luckily this wasn't wrapped in plastic. Ooh, look at that. Oh, what's that? Nope, it's nothing. Nice, that was really, really nice. It's like covered in dust. And, oh, thank the Lord, they've actually masked off the area for the panel handles, which is really, really handy. Thank you very much. That saves me a bit of job. Let's have a look on the back side. And as you can see, look at that finish. That is seriously overkill. Brilliant. I love it. Yeah, let's do a bit more. Right, well, this is the handlebar. Let's see if they've masked what they should be masking here. I very much doubt, but we'll see. And the funny thing is, if they've masked where they're supposed to mask, I find it a bit strange that they didn't mask the frame itself, but maybe they didn't realise stuff was attached there. Not being scooter people. Let's have a look. Oh, nice one. Oh, that saves me a bit of a job. And what I did before I sent it off was, as you can see, I've got some new brackets and screws for these. And I've got new olives, but I let those, I just kept those in, and they haven't taken them out, thank goodness. And they've also masked off the area here. I've got new bushings and that we're going to be fit on here. And all the screws are in place, so I don't have to go through it with the tap or anything. Oh, what a nice colour. I like that. They've done a really, really nice job of the paint there. Right, carry on, Rob, carry on. Do some more, do some more. So here we've got the tank. This is a reproduction tank, but from Scootopia. It's fitted the original type tank. It's got a RT195 going on here with the 28mm carb and a, what was I going to say, 28mm carb. And what else is good on there? It's got the Ducati Castle Performance ignition. And we are fitting, I am fitting BGM Clubman Sport on there, so it should be okay. And we wanted to sort of keep the original look, and because the RT doesn't use that much paint, you don't really need a long range fuel tank unless you're riding loads and loads of miles. Nicely done, nicely painted, and they've even masked off the top there. So that saves me a lot of jobs. So as you can see, it's going to be the contrast colours of the tank. I don't know. I have to say, I think that colour actually is growing on me. I think this is going to be quite a pretty scooter, to tell you the truth. Right, do some more, do some more. So that's the bridge piece, toolbox door, rear light is masked them, very nice. The screws are missing, which is a bit of a pain, but I think maybe I bought new ones from Scootopia. I can't remember. I bought loads of stuff, but it was such a long time ago. But that looks really nice, and as you can see, the pin, I mean, it's really, really hard to get it completely drip free, but to be honest, a tiny little drip on the edge of the strut there, which is going to be invisible anyway, but otherwise it's gorgeous. And the owner, it appears, has gone for green in a mudguard, so that's going to be green, green. Then I reckon probably, shall we guess, that the toolbox is green and maybe the engine cowl. I think I'd prefer the engine cowl white. We'll have a look, we'll pack up some more stuff. But it's looking really nice, and this, I mean, this is the inner mudguard, and it's completely clear on the inside. To be honest, this scooter is never gonna rust. It's probably a lot better than the paint job it came with from the factory. Hey, great minds! That was nice. I found the cowl in. Now the head cowl. This is the fiberglass one from BGM. The nice thing about these is you don't need to make any cuts or anything when you fit those on the RT kit, because they've got this like arrangement with the springs at the outside there. So normally you have to butcher head cowl, so we went for this because his old one was completely knackered, so that's nice. And I've also uncovered the toolbox. This was absolutely shagged. So this, I started welding one, and in the end I ended up buying a reproduction one from Scooter Centre. What they called, something or other, Ricambo, something or other. It was quite expensive, I think, if I remember rightly, but it needs that, so that's good. And then I'm going to have real fun fitting that toolbox rubber, something I really, really hate. And another thing I've uncovered is this. If you remember, if you saw through the video, he didn't have a number plate holder. I like to use these because, I don't know, it's just the way that they were, isn't it? So, and what had happened over the years is, and you can't see it whatsoever, I did quite a lot of welding. I think I welded something like 12 holes in the back of the frame there. Because over the years, when a new owner has bought it, they've got themselves a new number plate and they just drilled straight into the back of the loop there. So that looks really nice, so that'll be covered up nicely. And this item, I've used them from Scootopia, but I think this one, yep. Oh, it's hard to tell, but I think it is Casa Lambretta there. I can shim a little Casa Lambretta. Now, the important thing to note is there's two types of these. You've got one for the early Series 2, and the difference there is the bolt spacing and the fact that the late Series 2, that is identified by the longer rear light. Mine is a lot shorter, it's the early Series 2, and the bolt spacing for the bracket on this, for the number plate, is different. And another thing, so what I was thinking of doing on my next video was show you how to fit the stand, because that's always the first thing I do on a build like this. Because this uses the same bolt arrangement as Series 2 on GP, so I can show you how to fit that, because that's something I've not done before. And obviously I'm going to give you an update along the way to show you how this build is going. It looks nice. I really can't wait to start on this. Now, the most interesting thing I want to take out now is the leg shield, and very importantly, I want to find the hubs, because I've got a horrible feeling, even though they've been masked pretty good, to tell you the truth, so I can't complain. It's just the bits on the frame. Yeah, let's hope that they haven't painted the braking area on the hubs like I had to do on the other Series 3 TV 175 that I did. Oh, shut up. Stop babbling. Come on, get some work done, Rob. Right, we bring in this excitement to a close. What was I going to show you? Yeah, so I packed everything out. The flywheel cowl is in the white colour. So the flywheel cowl and the head cowl is in the white. And I think that's going to look really nice, because when you've got the panels on, you won't actually see that there's any colour under the panel until you take the panel off. So I like that. The hub, by the way, is, I don't know why I was so worried. because I actually masked it before I sent it off. So that's been masked off, and I loosened the original bolts already, as you can see. So this is an original, not an original, what is it? It's an FA Italia, I think. Rear hub, a new one. And I've got the hub and the corresponding comb to that, because we fit a new lay shaft as well, because that was shagged. So I've loosened these off because we're going to be fitting, I am going to be fitting tubeless rims to this. And originally he was going to paint the rims white and keep the edge of the rim in silver so that you can fit the tyres without marring the paint. But he's decided not to touch the rims. I don't mind that at all. That's the same as what I've got on mine. I think it looks a bit classy. But yeah, but it does make things a little bit easier when changing those tyres, because if you completely paint them, then there's no way you're going to get new tyres either on or off without marring that paint. So that's good. So I'm really pleased about that. What else has he done which I'm pleased about? So this, I masked this off, but it looks like they've taken it. There's come quite a lot of paint in the bearings here, but that doesn't matter because I'll be changing new bearings. I'll be pressing those out with both new bearings. Done the same here to the front hub. I have removed the studs just slightly, so they get enough purchase of them to be able to screw them out, and it saves getting paint on the threads, which is very good. They've masked this bit. I didn't do that, so that's well done to those. And I've got a new axle, and let's have a look on the inside. Oh, come on, you little bugger. It wouldn't be funny if I dropped this now. I have had this off. Well, there we go. It's just the speedo drive. Yeah, that looks nice. I don't have to do any extra work there. Very good, thank you very much. So, should go together pretty nicely, this, actually, to tell you the truth. The paint is actually a little bit blotchy on the front hub here. It looks like it's had some sort of a chemical reaction. Luckily, none of the bits got damaged with the bubble wrap, which is very nice. So let me put this down without destroying it. One thing that he's done, I'm not too keen on myself. I know a lot of people like doing it. He has painted and I put these screws in before I sent it away, by the way. So I don't have to do any threads. I mean, there's no problem painting stuff and then running a tap through it. But my experience is it's actually better. And as you can see, the ring to the speedo as well is still in there. So when I pull this out, I've got perfectly good threads. Now, the surprising thing about this scooter was there wasn't one single damaged thread on this. It was just amazing. Really, really untouched scooter. So what he's done is something I don't like. He's painted the bottom of the headset white and this green. A lot of people think that it ties it all together quite nicely, and I can live with that. One thing that is a serious pet hate for me is this. I'll show you, hang on. So the home cast painted, all the screws are in place. I can see they've taken them out here. I've got new screws, I bought some stainless ones. So all the threads are in good nick. That looks, I mean, the inside of that almost looks shinier than the outside of mine. And mine's quite a good paint job. So very, very nice, nicely done. Yeah, so what he's done that I don't like, it's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. I mean, tell me in the comments what you think. I'm not too keen on it. Maybe because I'm a bit conservative. I'm not really conservative. Yeah, I'm probably getting conservative in my old age. Let's have a look. Is this. He has painted the Homecast thingamajig in white. Personally, I think I would have preferred to just have the whole thing in green so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. And let me just touch my camera right there. You know what I mean? I mean, it's I really, really don't like that. But not my scooter, so I can't really complain. Something's happened with the flip that sits on the back there, and it seems like it's been slightly deformed. So I'm gonna have to take off a little bit of paint on the back side there. It's not really fitting as well as it did when I took it off. Maybe the paint is a little bit thick around the edge, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of a fettle on that. No worries, I can manage that. I can see there's a bit of a blob there. There really should be like a little sticky up bit that you hook it on the back. But this paint here, if I take the paint off on the inside here, just slightly, then I should be able to get that to fit. Now the reason why I don't like that is basically, and please don't get upset, I've got lots of followers from Vietnam, but it does look a bit Vietnamish. Do you agree with me? I don't really care if you do, and probably the owner doesn't care with what I say either. But write a comment down below, tell me what you think. But overall, I think this scooter is going to look absolutely stunning, and it's going to be a pleasure to get together, because I did a dry build on this before I sent it away. Hopefully it's not been warped. The issue was, this was actually going to get acid dipped, and that fell through. The deal fell through with the acid dipper, and it ended up getting sandblasted, but with a really fine, like what's it like, furniture type sandblasting. So hopefully it's not too out of shape when I try to put this together. So if you want to follow the saga, oh, I've got one more thing I have to pack up. Yeah, damn it, I almost forgot. So this is the leg shield. Now, if you remember from the video, I had like 200 holes in this as well. I had to weld up, and I have to fix the bead. But they have done some extra welding on it as well, because when they sandblasted it, some other more. No, I'll tell you what they've done, which is, oh, I hope. Oh, that can be a bit of a nightmare actually. Let's get this out before I start complaining. There's a bit of a chip here around this paint. It's probably where they've been, if they've hung it up or something like that. Doesn't matter whatsoever, because that'll be covered by the home cast. The paint looks absolutely stunning, and the work that both me and the painter has done on the edge of the scooter. Let's have a look. Oh, try and get this out without. Get off, ease it out, come on you bugger. Yeah, the leg shields look really nice. Now the bead here, I bent straight. I made a video on that, so that looks good. We had to do a little bit of welding here. You can see on the back side, maybe if I get it in the light, you can see there was a few holes on the side here, and we had to weld up those. Not visible from the outside, which is very nice. The only thing that I'm worried about here is, where are the holes for the leg shield badges? That is actually a nightmare. I imagine that they've filled them in with filler or something like that, and I just cannot see any signs to where they are. So what I'm going to have to do there is measure my Series 2, how far down the badges are, and try and line them up and drill brand new holes. That is a scary prospect. And the worst thing is if the holes are there and they've just been filled with filler, when I drill through those, if I'm slightly out or just to the side or left or right of where the holes are, then they'll come out as well. So I get double as big holes as I need. So that is that's something I'm gonna have to sort, I reckon. And I can't, even when I put it in the light, they've done such a good job with the sparkling, I really can't make out where the holes have been. So that's a bit of a scary prospect. Drilling on brand new paint, coming up in future episodes. Anyway, let me put this down. Right, that means it's the end of the video, and exciting times. I've got quite a few videos coming then. First off, I'll do a very quick, short, brief video how to fit the stand, because the stand arrangement on this, like I said, is the same as a Series 3. I don't think I've done that before. And that's always the first thing that I do when I build a scooter. I fit the stand, put it on its feet, get the front hub built, fit frame cones and fit the bearings and that in the front. I've done that a few times. I'm doing the same arrangement on this one. I'm going to be using loose balls because I think it feels a lot better on the road. And I need to strip that engine, the TV175 engine. We're going to have a little bit of an investigation on what's going on there. And when the push rods come for the BSA, hopefully before the snow comes, cross your fingers, then I should be able to take that out onto a gravel road and give it a good thrashing, so you can have a listen and have a see how that goes. Yeah, so good times ahead. If you like this sort of stuff, don't forget, do the old subscribe. You can buy merch from my spring web store, and give me the old thumbs up and all that. Have I said that before? Maybe, whatever. Stop babbling, go away. Ta-ra, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.